never, pardon me, but never eat just any old cheese, especially government cheese. All right, let me get back to what I wanted to say in case you were keeping track. Um, no brain, empty, gone. Just a minute. This was a prayer by God that I know now. I do know. Um, as long as I'm here, and this is where I'm just very brand new, and it's possible for me where I am, but it's really hard. But I've always done this. If anybody knows me personally, I've been a musician all my life, and I've kind of done my own thing with it. It's not really like I'm a fucking an amazing, like out of this, like I've just, but I have blown some minds out, and I've influenced people, small children, to come back to me grown up and say, I am the reason why, you're the reason why I am touring the world right now. Anyway, it's not about me, babes, it's about music. As far as that subject matter is concerned, that I've given, say, like my mind to. I just said, I surrender what the fuck is going on here. And there's a lot more. I've been recently expanded to the metaphor of music, something that we can prove about our reality and or God. And everybody knows that, really, but I am just like saying, hello, embodied teacher. Doing it unconsciously, now brought up into consciousness. Woo-wee, woo-wee, aha. Will it ever really unfold? Because nobody is really teaching that, well, first of all, music is a higher learning tool. Einstein mentions it. Is this really what I wanted to talk about at minute fucking 3? Getting back to the prayer by God, because that's what we are to do here. And if you know what prayer is, it's just a big, huge thank you, gratitude. If you know what that means, if you want it, this is where you can feel it, you guys. I don't care where you are in your health. If you're still breathing, take a deep breath. Just kind of sit and let it out now, and then take a breath like you think you're taking a deep breath, but now take another one and just fill it back all the way up. Just stretch this part a little bit and just hold it a little bit and blow it out as comfortably and as fast as you want or can. But notice and say thank you. Say thank you at first. But do that 6 times. Take a deep breath. Just take a, you have your regular breath is not there. You don't know what that is. You're panicking. A lot of people are in a state of panic. Your thoughts will control your breath, and your thoughts could be originating. And now getting back to the mind is hell. Your thoughts are originating in hell from hell. Okay, let me tell you that right now. So abandon that fucking thing. It's running. It's going to continue to run, but you can pull your awareness out of it. And I am sensing that a lot of people, and this is the truth. This is where we're getting into. Well, what is this matrix shit? And why do they say, well, you'll never? Some people like narcissists will never pull out of it until the day they die. Until the day they die. It's interesting. That's why they kind of like they would send somebody like me in there to sit with them, a priest or somebody, and to sit with them and say, by the way, let's talk about, first of all, your belief in God. What is it? In some places they have this person dressed in black and he's saying something. Who knows? I mean, I would like to hear what they say. It's probably an honest effort for sure, and and the originations are beautiful. But why is he dressed in black? God. Anyway, good. I mean, that's like the last. Don't come back here again. These people. It's okay. You know, it's okay. It's all part of the play. But you know, there's so many things that I've learned that I see that's the truth that doesn't really. It's not apparent here, and I never thought that that was possible in my entire life. And now I see how it's plainly possible because I see it in my microcosm. And we only have so much time here. We all know that. And there's two things happening here, babes. That's what I'm saying. Is there's the mind, and then there's God's mind. There's two minds. They always talk about it. I like to stay along the context of what has already been written down for not just 2,000 years when we don't know who Jesus was. We don't even know if it was 2,000 years. I mean, if anybody's really thinking with their own righteous mind, try and figure out how you think you fucking know in the first place. But something has made an imprint on our mind. It was really, let me tell you what makes an imprint on our minds: trauma, abuse, war, tragedy, outrageous, boundary breaking hell. Who's going to induce that for us? And say, and by the way, huh? Who does? Who does? Who does? And is that really once every 2,000 years? Or is and is it really going to return for us? How many times has it been here and back and never even set and announced itself? But getting back to my prayer by God, because I know God and his its requirements are as we are sent kind of as an aperture is to be in a state of prayer. And prayer, if you want to get in a good position, show your tits every once in a while, but and then say thank you. Say say especially to the one who showed their tits, you know what I mean? Unwillingly. Okay, so we got I mean, what I mean is by, you're just being loosely in a natural state. That's not anybody's will but God's, and also because I'm telling you, it's your natural state to be breathing. You don't have any choice but to breathe. People think they have a choice with things in life, and it's like that's one way you can trap yourself. Let me back down from the highest teachings that I'm way beyond that even. It's like, whatever. Let me go. What I was trying to originally tell you, because a lot of people aren't going to handle anything. You can't handle the truth. No, let me tell you right now. What God asks of me, really, what God is asking of many people of His, is to remain in the state of prayer. What you do is you master the mind. You say there is no mind. Thoughts are not important. You can have them; they come and go, and you're going to have to deal with this all the time. But what you're also going to be experiencing an equal amount of time, if you can, and if you can, just override it. And this is what's possible. This is what I now know that it's possible because I'm seeing it creep in for me, only because of where I am, which I am in the wilderness. I'm experiencing like the very last of the privacy. It's kind of building up with there's a Gwen Tower. They've been flying that fucking helicopter, that silent helicopter. Boy, that fucking helicopter is so silent. It's like, don't look at what we're doing here. That's fucking weaponry they're setting up right there. The more they put around here, the more windstorms we're going to have that are more violent than ever, and the more weirdest fucking shit's going to go on with that, with trees snapping and stuff. Mark my words, it's already happened with the one. It's going to happen more. I think they're putting one over there. The more wind towers they put up, and they're also pinging that shit around, and people are going to get more insomnia, and they're going to experience what I've experienced with just the cell phone going inside my brain. That fucking thing I've been battling with my whole entire fucking cellular system. I'm like, yeah, you're bullshit, and I fucking rejuvenate because I fucking rejuvenate! I am connected to the life force. Much more powerful than any technology, and you're not going to store any. It's people. I fucking laugh at how they think that AI is going to take over. I do. There's people like me that say, and listen to what David Icke says. It's really easy to defend yourself, and also get that whole thing away. See, they're trying to make me blind right now, so it's a big lie. No, really, you have to realize that you're not your eyes, and say whatever. What I was talking about is like what comes through you for an amount of time that is very limited. You don't have control over that. What you need to know is two things. There's prayer, and then there's the state of distraction. And you want to be more and more and more undistracted. Because if you can become, this is what I learned by my people in outer space. If you can on Earth become more of this aperture, which is like this instrument, that's what that is, that radiates, and you are a radiator, radiates something that for now you can just call it thank you. But there is a like, how they say that things grow better around certain vibrational frequencies. You play music and the things grow. Well, that's the same thing that you're doing. I mean, where do you think all that comes from? A human being is dialing in on it. If it's the word love, they wrote it down, they put it there, and the thing fucking grew. The intention should be there too, right? You kind of know, no, this is, its potential. You kind of look at it. Love's the truth. It goes in and just says, I surrender. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Is it real? Is it real? Is it real? No, 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 no. Only love is. That's who is creating everything. But let me get it back down to the level of where the mind can comprehend this. It's just reality. And it's not the mind. The mind cannot have reality at all. No. The only thing you can do is have a vibrational frequency that is aligned to the truth, that it's either yay or nay. And then there's conditions that are stemming out of a humanity that is on the nay side, because they don't, well, they're being controlled. For one, there's a lot going on, okay? But let's get into our microcosms, because really that's all we have mastery over. They say, well, what are you allowing to go inside of your mouth? Is somebody stuffing that in there? Or literally, that's where, for ages, they start with discipline. They said, well, that's where, it's a terrible subject matter, but we're all going to die. So, the fact that I learned fasting, acts, just, I can tell you the story. God wants me to fast. Meat is not good for us. I would eat meat if I knew it was. I'm, my chickens think I'm fucking stupid because I have them for 12 years. I haven't eaten one of them. Some of them found out that I was never going to eat them, and they looked at each other, and they went kind of like they got, I don't know if it was angry or frustrated, or they went insane, and they ran up the driveway and their wings were going. And a 12-year-old chicken died the other way. I had the fucking this year or the other year. I had one for 12 years here. It did. She's the best chicken, man. And a fucking hawk was sitting right there. It just happened that hawk got it. She was trying to defend her sweethearts. The hawk went for its head, and she must have fought for a while. Well, I was picking her up. I love these chickens so much. Picked her up, and the first thing her little spirit said is, "Now, okay, so now what you do is you take the feathers off." I've been marinating for 12 years, by the way. I'm a chicken. I'm marinating in chicken. You love it. And then you kind of, first remove the guts, but take the feathers off. You don't want the hair smell. Make sure the hairs are removed, and you can do anything with me. You know what to do. I'm good for you. I love you. And I was like, I hear you, but I am programmed to kill myself. Sorry. And let me bury you under the tree. And she's like, I'm an 11-year-old chicken. You don't even know how good they taste. And I really don't. But guess who is here to save our lives? Let me change the subject matter. Winged creatures. They're called angels. They come and they might even just have sacrificed themselves. I mean, they're kind of ready to be a human, but like, I'll do this instead, I guess. Or, and then they fly around and they help you, man. You know. All right, nonsense. Let's